Ron is here, and I want to just open the call for him, and because he only has a few minutes. So, Ron, this is my team: Sarah Zoyce, Rob D'Alessandro, Gina Bender, Lisa Gogol, and the great Lori Flanagan. But I'm just so blessed to be able to, have you impromptu come on our call. So, good morning and Happy New Year.
Good morning, Cynthia. Can you hear me?
I can hear you perfect.
Okay, so you guys are gonna laugh. So I can't put my camera on because it doesn't work on my phone. I don't have a computer. I do my whole business on my phone all this time. I have signed up personally 400 people roughly in 6 years and have 625,000 people under me right now. So talk about an incredible business. When I got started, I think, as you know, as I've talked to you before, I didn't know anything about network marketing. I'm a chimney sweep for 40 years, live out in California, old hippie country boy. And, what I understood when I heard about, when my sponsor called me and he said, have you heard about, no, what he told me is he said, I want you to watch a short 3-minute video and give me your feedback. Well, that piqued my interest. Curiosity killed the cat. And so I went ahead and watched it, and it was the one that I still use today, that we had 6 years ago. You get it on YouTube, where the people walking across the park where Jim Cadwell coordinated it and stuff. Real simple, talks about stem cells and stuff and like that. But anyway, we were supposed to not use it there for a while, back and forth back in the day, as FTA, I guess, was getting after us, but we still use it. It's on YouTube. But anyway, but there's other nice videos out there. Well, I watched it and I was just like mesmerized. Unbeknownst to Ron Ledford, my sponsor, I was a science guy. I got A+ on my report card all through high school, and even in the 7th grade on my report card, because I understood science and I was fascinated with it. Other grades I didn't do too well in, but then I remembered stuff that Einstein had said. Medicine of the future would be frequency medicine. I was actually studying frequency medicine at the time I looked at that video. I had a Beamer machine, and I knew frequency was going to be a big thing. I did know what stem cells were. I just didn't have heard the word like a lot of people. Oh, yeah, I heard of it. I had studied stem cells. I knew they were the medicine of the future, and they were beginning to be a big thing. Well, long story short, I came on board. But I didn't come on board to do the business because I had a business, right? Chimney sweep. I wasn't looking at that. I got the product because I believed in it. And I got a diamond pack. And I don't know if you remember my story, and I can share it sometime, or there's a video out there, but I was broke. My house was in foreclosure in Modesto. Talk about a Cinderella story. I had to scrape money together and credit cards and stuff. And I got the diamond pack. The reason I got the diamond pack was I figured the company was going to go out of business. It was 15 years they'd been in business, and I was going to hoard I was going to have 19 sleeves. I was going to hoard the product. I was going to have all this wonderful stuff for 2 years, and the company would disappear. Well, long story short, I won't elaborate a whole lot. I put the patch on my right wrist one morning when it had come in my van as I was going to work. Now, I had 13 things wrong with me, if you remember. And they weren't diseases, they were just things. I mean, I climbed 50,000 chimneys, 50,000 ladders. I was an active backpacker. I ran 6 miles a day, 6 days a week for 30 years, and really hard on myself.
Tell them how old you are, Ron.
Huh?
Tell them how old you are.
I'm 70 right now. And at the time I was 64. And so, the things had caught up with me and stuff. So I put that patch on, and within a minute and 30 seconds, like I'm driving, so like stuck it on my wrist. I didn't know at the time we put it on the back of our neck. We can actually put it anywhere, but I just stuck it on the back of on the front of my wrist, because that was the thing that hurt the most, right? And boy, in a minute, 30 seconds, the pain went from an 8 to a 2. The doctors wanted to do surgery. I never had surgery. I wasn't going to have surgery. I didn't know what I was going to do. I couldn't use my right arm. I was becoming left-handed. Couldn't shake old ladies' hands at church even because it hurt so bad. But anyway, the pain went from an 8 to a 2, and it got my attention. I'm like driving, a minute, 30 seconds in. I grabbed the steering wheel for the first time in a year with my right hand and squeezed it. I'm looking at the box on the seat, looking at my hand and trying not to get in a wreck. I couldn't believe what was happening. So I ended up in 15 minutes I had to pull over. I couldn't drive, you guys. The sky got 10 times bluer, leaves got 10 times greener. And I had other stuff happen that day. I had more energy than normal, and I'm like hot grease on a skillet anyway. I didn't need any more energy. Went to bed that night, slept better than I had in 3 decades, and I slept good anyway. So woke up that next morning and thought, well, I need to tell people about this. This is absolutely incredible. Still not thinking about the business. And I just started picking up the phone, calling friends. Hey, same thing I do today. Have you heard about X39? It's changed my life, or changing my life at the time. I'm watching a short 3-minute video. Well, it didn't take me very long to figure I was going to do this as a business, because in 30 days I signed up 11 diamonds, 20 golds and silvers, made $10,500 my first month. And I only made 100 grand gross in my chimney business. That was 1/10 of what I made. And that was the summer of 2019, 110 degrees in Modesto. Wasn't cleaning very many chimneys. I was broke. So ended up realizing that I needed to study the compensation plan. I asked my sponsor if we had one. He didn't know. He just said he was all happy. We're going to make money. We're going to make money. And so I went ahead and the company really didn't have one at the time that I thought was good to look at. So I Googled it and found a girl named Cindy Bordeaux out of Florida. And she has a wonderful comp plan, 27 minutes. She's working on the new one that we have now, but she upgrades them every year and gets them compliance approved. Wonderful comp plan that she has, and very nice lady. And so I watched that 10 times, and then I went ahead and I asked my sponsor what the rules were. What do you mean the rules? I said, well, every company has rules. And so I found the policies and procedures and read them 10 times. Boring, but I'm telling you, I knew from being in business that we needed to know at least 2 things. I needed to know where the money was coming from, compensation plan, and I needed to know what the rules were. Then I was ready to take off. Well, I ended up hitting senior presidential director in 16 weeks, and at the time it was faster than anybody had ever done it in 15 years. And so I didn't realize what I did. I ended up in Las Vegas 6 months after I signed up at our first convention, and man, people were all over me. David wanted me on stage. I got like 10 awards and stuff, and I still didn't really realize what I'd done. I was just like doing this, doing that. Some guy came up, he goes, you just really did a big thing. I said, what do you mean? And he told me, I said, man, I wish you would have told me sooner. I would have tried harder. But it was really simple for me, Cynthia, to do, and it still is today. My girl, Dana, she tells people, I don't know how Ron does it. We're in Europe or another country or down in LA, wherever. And she says, we're walking down the street and 4 people roll out of a house and he signs them up. I just do it in minutes. I keep it super simple. I don't elaborate on stem cells. I just say, hey, have you heard about X39? Everybody says no, right? And hey, it's changed my life. And I don't say anything. I wait for them to respond. Well, what do you mean? And I say, well, watch this short 3-minute video. Here's my card. My number's on there. If you're interested, get back to me. Now, I don't sign anybody up, you guys. If you called me today, Cynthia, and said, I want to sign up for a core package, I won't sign you up until you watch the video. Because that video does 75% of my work for me, and it makes it way easier. So I'm going to stop talking. And I said all that in one breath, you guys. Why? Because it was X39.
You're so cute. I love you, Ron. And I have to really thank you for getting off the tractor and getting on here. God's timing is perfect. I had reached out to Ron a couple of days ago, I think. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to reach out to Ron. And I've been kind of sick, for the whole year with some things, and I'm going to be having blood tests. But I need to relaunch my business, and what a better time, And he just texted me right before this call, so I didn't know he was going to be here. And I said, Ron, if you want to hop on for 5 minutes, we'd love to have you. And so what a great man,
Well, Cynthia, thank you. And the reason I thought I'd text you back. I'm usually really good because I'll help anybody. One thing that I do, and I'm a good leader, I believe. Been on an advisory board years ago, and I work with corporate and stuff. But what I do is I'm one of the people. I get down in the trenches, and I'll help anybody. I help people in Poland and other countries not even on my team. Why do I do that? Because I get emotional even talking about this. Is because I never forgot where I came from. I never forgot. I was rags to riches, you know. I became $1 million earner in the company in 20 months. And I'm telling you, I never forgot. I never will forget where I came from because I'm one of you guys. I'm one of the people. I'm not a fancy MLMer that, you know, hit it big all the time. I mean, I didn't know what network marketing was. I mean, I'd never done it. I grew up in the 70s, graduated in 1974, and I thought network marketing was when I had 5 girlfriends a week. That kind of was. I was juggling all of that, right? But anyway, we're in a time, you guys, that people say that, you know, maybe it's too late. We missed the boat with LifeWave. No, I'm telling you, we have probably 1 million people, brand partners now in LifeWave. We have just started. There's about 8 billion people on the planet. And I overthink stuff all the time, analyze stuff. So I took it to the numbers. So 1 million people, 1 million people in LifeWave, 8 billion people. Guess what? That gives us, each one of us, 20 million people that we can work with. So nobody knows about this. This technology is brand new, basically, even though we've been around 22 years, but the field is wide open. And my advice to everybody is, and the way I teach and train is, you only need 3 things in this company to be successful. And I just focus on X39. I've never marketed another patch at all. And a lot of this is its team, the leaders, they've done the same thing. Onyx, Cole, Steve and Gina, Renita, for the most part. But you give people too much at one time. It's not affordable. It's not duplicatable because you have a husband and wife and you get them on Aeon and IceWave and X39. Well, you got 2 people that have to have 3 products. So they're going to spend $400 or $500, and a lot of people can't afford that. So how does a mouse eat an elephant? 1 bite at a time. And so what I do is I just get the hook in their mouth. Because X39, when it came on board, you guys, in January 1st, 2019, it was all inclusive. It did a little bit of everything: pain, sleep, energy, but it did one thing that none of the other patches did. It activated your dormant stem cells. So the first year with my ailments and stuff, I decided that I was determined just to wear X39. So for 1 year, I wore no other patches. Do I wear other patches now? I do. I don't market them at all. Never put another patch on anybody. I want to get people on board for minimum a course of 90 days. And then, because I want people to get their own X39 only story. That's important. You got to have a story. You can't have a story with 10 patches. It won't work. It won't be successful. I know. I have 30,000 people on my team. They call me all day long. We've been a manager for 2 years, 3 years. You know, we heard you got a simple way to do it. And so I'm just simple. I teach it simple. Well, after that first year of wearing that patch, it took 1 year for all those 13 things to resonate, and my body helped heal itself, and they went away. My ankle, I think, was the last thing that got fixed and stuff. But so when people say they don't feel anything, it takes time. X39 will benefit everybody, from your dog to your grandmother, whatever. A lot of times you don't feel stuff. You don't feel what's going on behind your liver. Stem cells go to the places in the body that need help the most first. And so you might think your wrist hurts, and it's over there fixing, something's getting ready to happen in another part of your body, and that might take time. Now, I call the stem cells soldiers. As the soldiers every day keep activating and producing and coming out, we're getting a bigger army, right? So
Right.
we got to be patient, and we got to wait. And but a lot of people are too antsy. They want the 1 minute miracle. I mean, X39 is a miracle, but it doesn't probably fix everything, but it does help with a lot of stuff, because it helps your body resonate and get back into tune, and it gives it the right utensils and supplies to heal itself. You better be careful getting me going here. The tractor's turned off and all this ramble, so I better shut up.
No, you put so much of yourself, Ron, into just talking to us. It's a small group, but a lot of these people are going to be on stage because of this phone call. I know that. Because we're just talking about blessings, blessing others and going out with the right attitude. And, back in February, I haven't told this to my team yet, but it's just looking to bless people, not really what can I get, but what can I give? And I met this girl at a wedding and we're talking, and all of a sudden she's telling me that she's infertile and she really wants to have a baby. And I'm like, oh, I have something for you. You should try it. And she did. And in 1 month, she became pregnant. And guess what? The baby was born Christmas Eve of this year.
Wow.
And there's no amount of money.
No.
You know what I'm saying, Ron?
I've never focused. I don't like money really. I was happy when I was broke. The only thing different now, I can buy stuff. I bought a couple of ranches. I have equipment and stuff like that as a result of having money. But then stuff comes along with that, income tax and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
But still, I'm just humble. And if you would see me in town up here where I live in the mountains of California, I'll go down in my old Suburban with rust on the top, wear my camouflage pants from Army surplus store and an old shirt that I got from there, and I just wear my old boots for work, and nobody would have any idea that I had the money like I do. It doesn't mean a whole lot to me. It's nice to have, but I'm product driven. I don't think, well, I'm going to get a big well because I'm going to get a lot of money. I've never thought that. I actually don't like to get the big wells because a lot of times they think they're entitled. They want something. They want money. They can do this. They can do that. The people that I go after are the people like me, the people like us. I go after the chimney sweep, the garbage man. I go after maybe the banker. I go after the single mother. I go after the grandmother on Social Security. Those are the people I go after because they're motivated and they're like me. And 90% of the people that have ever been in MLM back in the day and now and stuff, I guarantee it, they've never made any money. So I'm going to throw this in there. Some of the people out there, some of the top leaders are saying that they lost some of the money when the comp plan changed. Well, they weren't structured right. But across the board, the comp plan is a wonderful thing, the change that we have. So take us into the next millennium as far as becoming not a billion, but a 2 billion, 3 billion, and $4 billion business, okay? And eventually it's going to be $1 billion a month. We have to go with that. And so people have to realize that, so that let's say people didn't make money. Well, so what's happening now? I see it all over the place. Someone's becoming manager, star one. They made $10 or $15. Well, that doesn't seem like very much, right? But I'm telling you, I have one girl that she's been in 50 MLMs in her life. She's like 63. And she made $15 because I've never made money in my life. It excites them. Yeah, it's not very much money, but it's money, right? And so it gives them something to build on, a platform to stand on. They finally found something that, it will produce if they put some effort in, a little bit of work, And what I was going to say earlier is, and I get excited, I get all over the place because my heart's just all over in this. I would do this business, you guys, even if LifeWave didn't pay me a penny, because what it did for my life financially, what it did for my life physically, what it did for my life, I met my girl Dana through LifeWave, the love of my life. I can't put any one of those things is a miracle, right?
Yes.
I wouldn't give any one of them up. For God to be able to bless me with all three of those, it doesn't get much better than that. Who would have thought at 64 years old, all my friends and stuff at 64, they were retiring from trades and they were going home. They'd worked their whole life and they had a little IRA or something, flop on the couch, get fatter than a pig and drive their wife nuts and, end up dying early because they don't take care of themselves and they're not exercising anymore with work. And that's usually the general trend is, when you're 64, you don't start another whole career and become a rock star and a leader and teach and train people. But I love it. I have the energy. There's not anything I can't do. All the 16-year-old boys at the gym where I work out, nobody could do more pull-ups than me. They're just blown away. And I tell them it's because of X39. X39 helped me to heal my body and give me my youth back. And, exercise is a big thing. David always talks about it. You need to exercise, but I'm still trying to get to what I was trying to tell you 10 minutes ago. It's still in the back of my mind. I get sidetracked easy. I get excited, as you can tell. So you only need three things in this business to be successful, I believe, and I've proven it time and time again. Number one is you need an incredible product, and we have one, X39. Number two is you need a video, a short 3-minute video. You can use whichever one you want. I still like the old one that I use. And the number 3 thing is probably the most important thing. Does anybody have any idea what that might be? You need a product X39. You need to have a video to share them some information. What do you think the number 3 thing is? Any guesses?
Anybody, you can unmute and tell him. Anybody
A
want to go?
live body with stem cells.
I mean, you're getting close. The number 3 thing you need is your mouth. If you don't open your mouth and tell the people, nothing will happen. So the way I teach people and my team and stuff is that just tell 2 people a day. You don't have to tell 10 or 20. You can if you want, but pretty soon we run out of people and we're forced to go get new people. I really didn't tell hardly any of my friends because, you know, I'm the chimney sweep like Jesus when he went to Nazareth. They didn't believe he was Jesus because, you know, he was the carpenter's son. He built houses, right? So all my chimney sweep people after 40 years, well, all of a sudden you're an Einstein and you're got a medical degree in stem cells. So I didn't really go there at all. But I just knew people. I run into people like I can go into a parking lot and I get those cards from the Evolve team. A girl named Sally's on the Evolve team. She has wonderful flyers. I love them. I've tried a lot of them, and they're really inexpensive. You get 1,000 of them for like $175. You put your name on them and stuff. But anyway, and I can give you some more information on that later. But you guys might have a good flyer. But anyway, I like those. So I'll have those in my hand, and I'll go into a parking lot, and I'm in 10 minutes. I can walk up to 10 people. Hi, how are you? I'm fine, thank you. And they're like looking at me, who the heck are you? Hey, have you heard about X39? No. Well, it's changed my life. Really? Yeah, here, let me give you this card. It has a little link to a video here if you want to watch it and all the information on there. I can usually, by doing that, you guys, they teach you network marketing. You get 10 no's and 1 yes. Well, I can usually get 2 to 3 people before it's over to sign up. It might take me a couple weeks to start working with me, but the percentage is a lot better. I keep it short, sweet, and simple. I'm not high pressured. If they don't call me, I don't have their number. Sometimes I'll Google them or text them the video right there, then I'll have their number. But if I do, I'll maybe reach out to them one time after 3 or 4 days. Hey, Cynthia, have you watched the video? No response or no, I'll get to it. I won't bother you again. A lot of people just pester people and they block their call and stuff, but there's too many people out there, you guys, to, the thing that we want to do is just get the initial information out, put it in their hand, let them know, like with me, with my sponsor, that, hey, I want you to watch this short 3-minute video, which I did because he didn't tell me what it was. When you start telling people what it was, you're going to lose them, especially if you start talking about medicine and stem cells and stuff. A lot of people aren't interested. A lot of people aren't interested in their health, right? And our health is our wealth, and they don't realize it. So anyway, I should probably shut up because I got to go back to work. But yeah, I'll help you guys anytime. I'll do 3-way calls with you.
I have a partner out in California that I want to connect you with because you could probably fill a room with him. And he's out in your area, not too far. I don't know how far away, but we're going to talk about that at another time because I don't want to, take all your time up.
Yeah.
But I'm so grateful that you just literally texted me this morning and I'm like, I mean, it was a long shot. This is what I'm talking about. Opportunity presents itself. Like I was having this meeting and then Ron texted me and then I'm like, hey, I'm having this meeting. You want to hop on? And here we are. Like, what a blessing. And this shows God's favor on this little
the Bible
team.
says you have not because you ask not, right? So you reached out. A lot of times, a lot of top leaders won't even spend the time of day with you. They don't have time to call you back. They're doing their own things, which are fine, on stage, going all over the place, which is perfectly fine. We all have our own attributes, right?
Yes.
I'm fortunate. I can do pretty much all of them. And, Dana says, how do you do that? You have a notebook. I keep it all in my head. I can jump on stage. Before I couldn't, when I did that speaking in 2022, I'd never spoke before. I'll send it to you. You've seen it, I think, haven't you?
I've seen it, but I'm going to get it for my team. And the other thing I want is Cindy Burjo's comp plan videos. So I'll be in touch with you, Ron, so I can get those to my team. I really want to move this team forward. LifeWave, like you say, it's been such a blessing for me. I can't wait to give back to people. And I don't know what else to do. I'm like, anyway.
What you're doing today is what you're supposed to do. So I'm going to leave you with one more thing. it might step on a few people's toes, but I've seen it. I know what's going on out there because I have people call me every day. We can't get any momentum. So what I'll do is I know what they're going to say. I'll ask them. I'll say, okay, you've been almost a manager for 2 years. I think that's, what are you doing? Well, I'm working hard. Well, tell me what you do. Well, I get up in the morning and I have my pajamas on. I get my coffee and I get on so-and-so's coffee hour for an hour. Then I get done with that, and then I get on another Zoom call with the doctor for 45 minutes. I find a few videos to look at, and then I maybe get on another call. Well, it's 12 o'clock, and I'm tired. I've worked 4 hours, and, I'm exhausted. I want to have lunch. Well, guess what, Cynthia? You haven't worked at all, okay? You have not worked. You have not worked. Doctors and lawyers and stuff, they go to school. When they're done at school, they go to work. That's the problem people get caught up in. What you're doing is wonderful, as long as you're not doing it every 10 minutes. But the thing is that there's not a lot to learn. You have a patch, you put it on, you get your story 90 days, and then you study a comp plan. Everybody that does it as a business with me, they're required to watch that compensation plan 10 times and read those policies and procedures 10 times. That way you don't get yourself in trouble. The company doesn't text you and say you're suspended, you said something wrong on your page, because right? So,
Right.
And then another thing too, getting your 2 people a day. You can stay home. You can do this completely from home. You call an old friend from high school you haven't talked to for 30 years, and hello, Cynthia, hello, Susie, this is Cynthia from high school. Remember we were cheerleaders together, and man, we were the reign of the school. Remember back in the day? You guys are all laughing and stuff. Well, Sally, you ask her how she's doing. Well, you open up a can of worms, because she'll yak for 30 minutes, and then she'll realize that you haven't talked at all, and then she'll finally say, well, what about you? Well, I'm so glad you asked. I'm involved. I'm doing this, that. I live here, but I'm involved with a wonderful company, health and wellness company. It's changed my life. Now, since you have your 90-day story, something will happen to, if I get people for a month, I have them. Something will happen to you in a month. I don't care if people say they don't feel anything. If you can address pain, sleep, or energy, and those are the 3 things they're going to feel the most first, even 15-year-olds will feel something, okay? So now you have your little story to share. You can share my story, but your story, it's coming from you. She knows you, and, so that's why it's so important. I'm so adamant about you have to get your 90-day only story, and you have to do that. How? By getting a core package and or above, and a husband and wife. You want to get the next package, but you have to do it if and not only because you're going to do it as a business, but a lot of people don't want to. You're doing it because you don't want to end up spending a lot of money you don't need to spend. Why get LifeWave? I've worn LifeWave 2 times in almost 7 years with all my ailments. Guess why? Because I didn't need it. X39 was able to take care of my pain. I just didn't stick patches on, right? So anyway,
Wow.
that's my story, part of it.
Well, Ron, I just want to thank you so much.
Ron, I'm in Coto de Caza, California. Where are you in relation to that? I'm in South Orange County.
I'm about an hour from Yosemite. I usually don't share my exact place where I live.
Just let it kind of simmer down, let them work those files, because I agree with you. It's like, look, obviously, you guys have volume.
I don't know who that is, but
I don't either. But but you're in Orange County, so Dana lives in down in Southern California. So I'm down there a lot. Peter knows down there, and he's on my team. So I'm down there probably once a month or so for 3 or 4 or 5 days. But maybe we can get together at some time and hang out.
Marcy on your team too, Ron?
Yeah, Marcy. Let's see. Onyx Cole is my first sponsored to me. Steve Merritt's my 2nd level. Renita's my 3rd level. That going down that line. Marcy's my 2nd level. Peter knows my 3rd level, and so I pretty much got them all on my team there within reach.
That's awesome.
well, we're on your team too, and we love you, and I think you're an amazing leader because you're so plain old-fashioned vanilla, and I love that about you, Ron.
Oh, I totally am. I totally am. And I shoot from the hip, and I speak from my heart. I never write anything down. to be able to jump on a Zoom like this, you better, have your heart into it and just listen to what God wants you to say. That's all I do is start talking. And, so I'll help you guys anytime. And remember one thing, I'm going to leave you with this. Together we'll succeed. I need you. LifeWave needs us. And, without us, there's no LifeWave. We'd have a product, but we wouldn't have a LifeWave as a business, right? So we have to help each other. And if you reach down and pull somebody up climbing a hill, then guess what? That next hill, they might be reaching down and pulling you up. So it's fun. We're all on the same team. Someone says, well, I'm not on your team. You're on my team, because it's like Star Trek, the Enterprise, the mothership, all the little satellite ships are buzzing around. But guess what? All of them go back to the mothership. So what we want to do is, I believe, is, reach out to all humanity. Everybody deserves to hear about what we have discovered, what God has blessed us with. That's why we need to, tell a couple of people every day on the phone, call Susie, run into the parking lot, go to the store. I'm telling you, people can find 2 people a day. That's all you have to do. 2 people, and just make it a point for your 2026 thing that you're going to do every single day. You're going to reach out to 2 people. You can email them too, but reach out to 2 people.
Sounds awesome. Did you want to say anything, Terry?
I just wanted to say, hey, Ron, Terry Beatley. And I was blessed
Terry.
to enroll. Cynthia was my first brand partner. And now we all know each other, and we're blessed to be on your huge mega team.
Well, I love you, Terry. You're amazing. You're one of my heroes, by the way.
Aw, you're so sweet.
Mine too. Imagine where I'd be without Terry. I'd be still living my life like it was before.
And look at Cynthia. Was she always that beautiful?
Oh my gosh, Ron.
But
Ron, thank you. I didn't realize you were going to be on this call. And
Nobody did, even Ron.
Nope.
Yeah.
Ron didn't realize he was going to be on. He was trying to drive a tractor. I didn't realize what he's talking about.
Well, I just wanted to make sure you knew that connection, that Cynthia was my first brand partner, and now I've gotten to know a lot of her friends, many of them on this Zoom call.
Well,
and we're all blessed, and I loved your message.
And the thing is that perfectly said. Thank you. Thanks for having me. But and you're one of the top leaders out there for sure. But, sometimes you might not be able to reach everybody, and not that you leave her alone and stuff, but just to have a little extra thing on the side. Maybe have someone come in like me or somebody else to spice it up a little bit, so it's just not the same people all the time, and hear it from a different perspective, right? And how well, wow, we didn't know he did it like that. Just X39, we're doing all this other stuff. So we have to sometimes be brought back to the beginning and see it as it is, right?
That's right. Absolutely. Yep. All right.
So
Well, let you go. Thank you.
Yeah, let's blow this year up, you guys.
Amen.
Thanks, Ron. It's great meeting you.
Also, every one of you guys get your tickets for Anaheim. I'm telling you, I've been to every convention they've had, and they just keep getting better. And Anaheim's a great place to have it. So I want to see all of you guys there, and let's just do it.
We'll take a group photo, Ron, with you.
Let's do it. My philosophy is, let's just do it. Just do it, man. Just do it.
Thank you, man. All right,
Take
God
care.
bless. Be careful on the tractor. We need you.
Thank you. I will. God bless
God
you.
bless.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.